Another day. I don't know why. I felt the need to sing. Like, why? Welcome. This week is not in the studio. Not as much. I have a few clips of me in the studio, but the reality is we're not always in the studio, and we can't be in the studio 24/7, especially when you don't make a living out of it yet. So I thought I'd show you not only the inspiration for the collection, what I've compiled so far, but I thought it would also be interesting to show you kind of how I stay inspired, especially when your day in, day out doesn't look like a typical person who they're already making money off of their art, if that makes any sense. We still have to go out into the real world, pay our bills, get things going, while still simultaneously trying to be a creative artist and follow our true passion. So this is the week where I am balancing both. So yeah, come along with me. I'm actually going into the library, so I'll see you in there. Illusion of mystery, but these are pretty much the colors. So everything on this side I kind of pulled from these pictures, which again were pictures from my mood board and from, I don't know if all of these were included in the mood board, but I know that they were included in my Pinterest album thingy. So yeah, so these are the colors I have so far. Again, I wanted it to be almost a rainbow, but not really a rainbow. The only one I'm not sure about is this color, but then I feel like there's nothing in between. And then this, it's not going to be yellow or mustardy how it looks here. It's just going to be gold. But yeah, I don't know. I think these two would be paired together, like that peachy pink and red. But again, I don't know. I really love that purple though. And I love these blues. Green, great. Also, again, gold, maybe for the detail. If the only ones that I might not focus on is that, but then it doesn't give you a full rainbow look. You know what I'm saying? So as of now, this is the vibe. Here's another closer look at these colors, just kind of in a different order that I feel maybe might help. Also, I really have the idea of maybe how many pieces I want, and just a little more in depth for the mood board. Again, a lot of mood boarding has been going on. There's a whole bunch of notes all around this, so that's why I'm only zoomed into this small part, because I don't want to give too much away, you know? Dokie day. I have my coffee here. I have gum. I have all my stuff packed. Yeah, I think today it's a cloudy day. It's so, I don't know, I like these kinds of days. I know a lot of people hate them, but I love them. I thrive. Why did my voice just I thrive when it's cold, and so I'm kind of really excited about this. I was gonna go on a walk, but again, it's like kind of cold, rainy. It's to go to like a coffee shop or something and kind of just like work there. I do have to edit a video for the podcast, and then I have to edit this video, or start editing this video. So I do have some work to get done, but I'm excited. It's cloudy, it's nice, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll start working on all the, I want to do like the mood, not the mood board, I already did the mood board, the color story, and do like color combinations. I think that's also nice, just because when I get to like the fabric, I can kind of imagine things a little bit better, or like kind of see the fabrics working with the colors. And it's not like I'm getting like 10 different shades of blue and then none of them match. I don't know, I think it just keeps me a little bit more organized, a little bit more sane, and it all, like, my main goal is that it all looks cohesive and that it's all making sense. So I think, you know, the first few episodes of this might feel a little bit redundant, just because it's a lot of mood boarding and a lot of planning and prepping, but then hopefully this makes it so it's smooth sailing after this, and the whole vision can come to life, and it's cohesive and it makes sense and it works. So yeah, so that's what we're working on today. To this secondhand, there's also some new stuff, but it's mostly secondhand, like thrift shop of like fabrics and notions and things like that. And I want to show you what I got. This was my second trip. So the first one, I got this. So there are some new things in there. I wanted to try doing shishiko. So they have like a whole bunch of these in different colors, like the actual threads and the actual needles. So I picked these three up, and they were going to move to like a new location. So I wanted to like go check it out again, because it was going to be a bigger space. And this is where the big haul happened. I don't know how many of these are actually going to be, are going to be in the collection, but I saw them and I was inspired by them, so I figured I'd pick them up. First was buttons. Every button was like 10 cents or something like that, so I got this one. It's like the last two that were like fully silver. I just really like it. I don't know. And even if I don't use it for like the actual collection, because again there's only like 2 of them, I could use it in the prototype, which I think would be pretty cool, and then maybe I can order some online that look similar. I'm gonna try to do secondhand stuff though, so I'll probably look at different like boutiques and like Etsy stores, but this one's really cool.
this one's not even for this collection, but it's for a future one. And then this guy I thought was cool because it had the 2 little silvers, but they were literally like the last ones. And then these are like a full set. It has like a little like gold like around it a little bit. It's kind of nice. These were super cool, especially with that like light, the reflection on it. This is amazing. Again, most of these are like just a few of them, but I don't know. Also, because these are from Le Chic, but this is a different cover. So this is like vintagey in a way. Yeah, like look at that. These are really cool, and they have like this like dent in them. Let's see if you can see that. They have like this dent. I don't know. It's really like satisfying. And then these were still in its original packaging. I'm gonna open it up though with you guys. They're pretty like thick buttons, but they almost look, I don't know if it's like sea glass is the right word, but they look a little bit like that. I don't know if it's even picking it up. It's pretty cool. I don't know, I just saw them. Literally, it's this cool. I saw them and I think they would make like really interesting buttons on things. I don't know, maybe like a bag or something. I don't know. But again, I only have a limited amount, so it would probably be limited to the collection. So yeah, those are pretty cool. There's a few more bits and bobs before I get to the actual fabric. I found a lot of this seam binding, which again, this looks like it's something from like the 90s, maybe the 80s. But I have a similar trim that I got when I did, because my college also does this thing where every end of the season, anything that was donated or anything that like students want to put there, they sell it, and it's like, again, super cheap, and to the students, to anyone, and we raise funds for the program. So I found more of it, and each one of these was 3 yards, and I believe, yeah, I got 3 of them. So, and I know like the packaging looks like in some parts it looks a little bit warmer, but I think it's just the outside packaging, because that was the same with the one I got from the school. I don't know, I thought it was crazy too, because this store that I went to is not even close to the school, so I thought that was really interesting to find it. Yeah, see, it's like still white, and it has this like beautiful detailing. It's almost like little floral print. I don't know if you can see that. I thought that was really cool. So again, I think it was less than $1. That was just like the pricing on it. So that's that. And then this is a local artist in San Diego. They have these like embroidery patches. This was $3, but it has 4 different patches. They had so many, but I only picked this one up because I liked not only all of them, but it was just like smaller pieces that I can kind of put into my own personal projects. But look how beautiful that is. All the detailing. It's amazing. I'm excited about this one. This one I want to do like something Taylor Swift-esque, you know, the Archer. But yeah, they're really cool. So this was more for me than anything. Okay, now for the fabric. The first time that I went to the store, they had this amazing like patchworked, it was like blue and green, it had like lace, and it had like an over dye that like tied it all together, and I was trying to find it. It turns out she had sold it already, and she was like, but I know exactly which one you're talking about, and this is because she kind of made that, so she was telling me how I could make my own version of it. So she pulled out this like bin in the back, and she's like, I haven't even sorted through this, like pick it. And like they're all about like fat quarters, like in size of the fabric. yeah, so she sold it to me for like $1 a piece, which is kind of insane, because it is a lot of fabric. And the way that she showed me that she used only a couple of them to add it, because you mix it with other fabrics that you have. So I'm gonna try and see if I can do something like that, because it was patchworky, but it wasn't giving like a quilt kind of patchwork. It was giving very like, I don't know, like haute couture, like crocheted, a bit distressed. I don't know. It was really, really cool. I wish I had taken a picture of it. But now I'm trying to like replicate it and make my own version of it, I guess. So I picked up a few of these. I picked up a lot of blues and greens, which is the initial one that I kind of saw. And so this box was amazing. I had so many, like honestly, I had to hold myself back because I wanted to grab every single one of them. So these are already like pre-dyed fat quarter pieces. Look at that. But they're all so different. And basically what I'm thinking is just cutting them into strips and then seeing if I can patchwork something with the strips. Because her patchwork pieces were smaller, and I don't know, I really like the way these like longer pieces look. Look at that. These are amazing. See how they're even like, it's like same colors, but you get different designs out of it. I think that's really beautiful. The blue one that you guys saw. So I'm thinking of doing that, like a green and blue piece. Here's more of the green ones. These were already cut for like a project, but she's like, you can take them too, which is like insane. So I'm thinking of cutting them like this and kind of making something out of it. Look at that. It's so crazy. So I have those green, and then I have this bluish green. If you guys see the cover of my on my channel, you'll see that those are my favorite colors. So I have that, but then I thought I found more that were kind of like this purpley and like teal color. Look at that. Like, I'm so obsessed with these, and honestly I've had them for a week and I don't want to cut them yet because I think they're so pretty. But I am. This is a little less purpley and a little kind of maroony. I don't know if it's picking up though. Look at that detail. Like, that to me is so beautiful because it's dyed, but it doesn't look like your typical tie-dye. And again, I don't know where this is going to fit in the collection, but I knew I had to experiment. Maybe I can make my own fabric or something out of this patchwork, you know, kind of style. I don't know. Right now we're in the experimental phase, so look at that. I'm obsessed. Okay, I'll do kind of like a little speed round. Or I'll put a timestamp if you don't want to watch all of it. Look at that detail. Also, like, imagine like if I like add some beading to this or something, or like gems to it. I love it. I don't know. This is like a grayish blue. It's crazy. So that's why I think like cutting it into strips is better than just like squares, you know, because you can get a bit more of that detail. This one, I'm so mad that there was no more of these. Honestly, if there was more, I'd probably make like a bag out of it or something. Look at that. I also like the multicolored one, so I got a few of those. This one is like green, blue, and that purple color. Love it. And then if I saw any that were similar, I got all of them, so like the same colors, just because then it would look a bit more cohesive when I do the patchwork. That's insane. I don't know. I think they're really, really cool. These were the other ones that were kind of extras. Again, I don't know exactly where they'll go, but here I have to show you like a full Like, look at that. How freaking beautiful is that? Remember, like in my mood board, I had that like the stained glass. That's what this reminded me of. Look at that. Again, have no idea what I'm gonna make with it, but I'm excited. Look at that. It's crazy. And this is the last rainbow one that I got. There's so many, guys. Like, I wanted all of them. But it's nice because she does have a full box. So if I do end up liking how this looks, I could always go back. Hopefully she has a lot left. It's amazing though, because there's a lot of like local artists, local seamstress that go to that place. So, you know, things sell out pretty quickly. This is like a hot fuchsia pink. Yeah, it's like a hot pink color. And then these were those strips. Which honestly, like if I were to put these all out, it'd probably be more than a quarter, but she still gave it to me for like $1. Crazy. Anyways, that's my haul. I'm so excited to get to experiment with this. This last mood board that I kind of created are more specifically geared towards the color combos. Also, I don't know if you can tell my writing. It's just random notes that I have, but I would love to do something with the green and the gold, the light like purple lilac-y color with that like navy, the two blues, the pink and green, the blue and the green, and then the gold with the purple I think would be amazing. And then the middle one is that pink peach color with the red, which again, the overall colors are like these, and then these two are kind of the ones that I'm like kind of not sure about, but I like the idea of that. I have these like random patterns here because again, I think within the techniques that I use, which will probably be next week, those techniques, which you can kind of tell by like the first piece that I've done with the pleating, I want it to have some kind of like movement. So that's what that is. And then these again are from the Pinterest pages. I just really like the idea of like the nature aspect of everything, the sunlight aspect of like, it's like early in the morning in the garden. I love that vibe. And then this that I saw is amazing because the gold is kind of like imprinted on there. I don't know if that's the right word, but like it's kind of like there's like a seal and then it's like coated with this like gold paint. So if I can include something like that with these colors, and then maybe like again it's like in the trimming or in like the thread or something, I think that would be really beautiful. So yeah, so again, it might not make sense to anyone else, but this is what I've done so far. I think I have about 8 color combos, 7. So I think this is a pretty good spot to leave off for today. And I hope that this full vision comes to life accordingly. I think I have a good sense of direction. I think now it's just continuing with like techniques and fabrics and finding fabrics that would do this or allow me to do this. Also seeing if maybe I don't find like the correct colors, like will I have to dye my own fabric? Those are all questions that we'll probably talk about in a future episode. So if you enjoyed this, if you want to keep watching and following along, guys, we've made it over 100 subscribers, and I'm so grateful to you guys that you don't even know. But yeah, if you want to keep up, just, follow, subscribe, and that means the world to me. But yeah, see you guys in the next episode.